Hello everyone, welcome to the RPGames YouTube channel. My name is Ralph and this is Pathfinder Kingmaker episode 4. And it seems that my Smilodon has just scared away a little kitten. Oh, it's coming back, alright. So, where are we at? In the previous episode we kicked the ass of a number of bandits in the employ of the Stag Lord. And then my character Gren had a dream about the Guardian of the Bloom, a dryad or nymph-like creature who also asked us to get rid of the Stag Lord. So it seems there's a whole bunch of people and creatures that want us to get rid of the Stag Lord. Why not go and do it? So Oleg's trading post serves as a bit of a base of operations at this moment, and Svetlana, you still did not do anything about these chairs. What's going on? Like, these chairs were lying around yesterday evening when I went to bed, and they're still lying around. Like, don't you clean up in here? What? As I was saying, this is a sort of a base of operations in the game. And that means that we are now only controlling our own character, Gren. Now, when we try to leave the area, the game will ask us to pick a number of party members. And if we find additional party members somewhere in the game, and we don't immediately add them to the party, then they will travel here, if I understand correctly, and then we can add them at a later date. Now, normally, and I don't know, I don't think I'm recording my cursor, but in case you're in this area, you might get lucky and spot a hidden cache of money, which is beneath the stairs. So I'm gonna walk over there. I know what to do. It's about where Gren is standing right now. And I'm assuming you have to succeed in a spot hidden check for that. Unfortunately, I did not, but I've seen it happen where there was more than 200 gold pieces in that stash. So if that's something you're after, then you might want to reload a couple of times. We'll see. Maybe when I level up, I can roll this check again, or will we move in here again? We'll see. Who knows? I might still find the money. First, we're gonna have a little conversation with a whole bunch of people. And then we're gonna, I don't know, start exploring. I think this is where the sandboxy nature of the game is starting to reveal itself. And now we have a whole map to explore. And not just that, so if I look at the quest, as you can see, next development in 87 days. So this is a time-sensitive quest where we need to get rid of the Stag Lord basically before these 87 days are over. And if we don't, I'm assuming we failed. We failed the main quest, and then I assume it's game over. A bitter rival. This is looking for Tartuccio, and this one is not time sensitive, so we can wait with this one for a sec. And okay, this was in the mansion of Sword Lord Aldori. So this is something we've done. Alright, so there is one quest, or well, there is two quests, I guess. This is all done. But as you can tell, you can read everything, which is really nice. So this is our main quest. We have to see that we solve it within 87 days. I don't know how quickly this will time will pass. I'm assuming when we're traveling around on the map. I don't know if there is a time counter now as well. Like, would this be something that we can see moving? Could be. I'll keep an eye on that, see if that moves, if that time changes, or if we're in a scene, it remains at this time, and only when we start moving around the map, it starts changing. Those are all things we need to discover, but first I'm gonna talk to Lindsay, a halfling girl with tousled hair, wearing a dusty traveler's outfit, sits chewing the tip of her quill. Just a moment, how should I put this? Oh, I know. She scribbles something quickly in a notebook, scrawled with verse, raises her eyes and gives you a bright smile. Oh, hi.
Tell me about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Where are you from?
I'm from all over. Huh. I was actually born in Galt, in such a tiny village that it's not even on the maps. If it weren't for my teacher, I'd still be living there, milking goats, weeding turnips, swilling homebrew. Well, that's a good idea. Having babies, that's a less good idea. And using books only as kindling.
Who was your teacher?
He's a true saint. He was once an important person in the capital as the Church of Shaelin, but he got in trouble with the authorities and went on a self-imposed exile. Oh boy. To the tiniest, most god-forsaken priestless village he could find, the one where I was born. He wanted to open a school, but the villagers wouldn't let him. You can heal us all you like, but no putting any ideas into our children's heads. It'll only distract them from their work. But he did teach me on the sly. He taught me how to read, how to write, and he gave me books, poems, legends. He was the one who told me about the Arch Knights of Aviston. And when I told him I was going on a journey, he gave me a magic ring so that Shaelin would protect me from harm. Aviston is a continent on the world of Galarian, one of the most heavily settled areas on the planet. Aviston possesses as many varied cultures and environments as any other continent in the world, and an ancient history stretching back tens of thousands of years. Brevoy, the River Kingdoms, Numeria, and the Stolen Lands are all situated on Aviston. I'm going to go back here for 1 second, because I skipped Galt. Galt is a nation of freethinkers and radicals renowned for brilliant poets, artists, and philosophers whose ideals shaped the politics of the whole of Aviston. Galt was once a vassal nation of Heliax. After the death of Aroden and the rise of House Trun in Heliax, the people of Galt decided to throw off their foreign rulers, along with their own nobles who had colluded with them. The executions did not end the bloodshed, and within 5 years the severed heads of the ministers of the first government rolled down the steps of the guillotine. In the 40 years since, over a dozen governments have ruled Galt, rising and falling like the waves of a stormy sea. That actually sounds like a really cool place to have a campaign. If you're really into like political role play and things like that, that would be a great place. Like in the middle of some revolution. Yeah.
Arch Knights of Aviston. Who are they?
Oh, you haven't heard of them? How can you be a hero without knowing one of the most epic stories in the history of stories? No, I won't spoil anything. You should just read about them yourself, every single chapter. Their adventures are what gave me the idea of going on a heroic quest and writing about it to begin with. And now, look at me, here I am, on a heroic quest.
How did you become a bard?
When I realized there was nothing for me at home besides more radish patches, I decided to run away. A traveling book peddler, Tessie de Quill, happened across our village. Well, I stuck to her like a burr and wouldn't let go until she agreed to take me on as apprentice. Together we traveled everywhere, to Brevoy and Taldor and even Ustalav. And then I found out about the Academy of Grand Arts in Pitax. And I thought, well, I love reading stories, so I can surely learn to write them too. I enrolled on my first try, and they even gave me a scholarship. Then they expelled me. But that's okay. They already taught me all the important stuff, and now with Shellen's help, I can manage on my own. What is Taldor? The mighty empire of Taldor once stretched from the Arcadian Ocean to the border of Padisha Empire of Kalesh. Aroden himself was said to walk among the people of Taldor, and his religion, a shining beacon unto the world, radiated outward from Taldor's gilded capital of Opara. Taldor's ancient armies of exploration established footholds for the empire throughout Golarion, and its mighty phalanxes marched for thousands of miles during the Shining Crusade to beat back the Whispering Tyrant. Now Taldor is a stunted remnant of its old glory, having lost control of its daughter's territories, and is almost ignored by the powerful countries of today, which assume it will continue its slow decline for at least another century. I think the very first character I played in the Pathfinder organized play was from Taldor. And he was he was a real patriot about it. Let's go to Ustalav. The immortal principality of Ustalav. Now there is a name. That's where you want to live. It's a fog-shrouded nation of countless horrors. I see. Maybe you don't want to live there. And a once proud realm that suffered under the clawed hands of the Whispering Tyrant for centuries. The Academy of Grand Arts, while not as popular as some of the great bardic schools of the Inner Sea, Pitax's Academy of Grand Arts still manages to attract some students seeking greater specialization.
Why are your clothes so messy?
Yeah, Lindsay, like clean up your act, okay? Forget it, I can't waste money on looks. I'd rather buy books instead. Yeah, we have something in common, Lindsay. In 100 years, when people are reading my works, they aren't going to ask whether the author had holes in her sleeves. That is true. That is very true.
Do you worship Shellen?
Yes, not to offend the other gods, but she's the most important of them all. All the other gods guard the world as it is, but only the eternal Rose, the goddess of beauty, calls us to the world as it should be.
You come from Pitax, right? Tell me about it.
Oh, I love Pitax, even though they kicked me out. A joyful place.
What is life in Pitax like?
Actually, Pitax has always been one huge nest of thieves, bandits, river pirates, smugglers, fences, card sharps? Isn't it sharks? Card shark? Card sharps? Okay. It's always been home for the likes of them, but that was before Iravetti became king. With him, a whole different life began there. Iravetti always wanted to make history, but not as another bandit with a crown, though that's exactly what he is. He wanted to be glorified through the centuries as a great patron of the arts, so he built the Academy of Grand Arts and spent lots of gold to assemble the best artists, poets and musicians. Of course, the very best ones refused to go, but he got what he wanted in a way. If Pitax was once just a booze barn for thieves, now it's a cabaret.
What do you know of King Iravetti?
He won his crown in a game of cards. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's like the character that became a god while he was drunk. Well, okay, Iravetti didn't become a god, but, you know. I wouldn't mind winning a kingdom in a game of cards. Which says as much about Pitax as it does about him. He's fiendishly clever. Some cheats I know told me that from the moment he appeared, he started pulling off such schemes that the old city masters just scratched their heads. With him in charge, gold flooded into Pitax. And also, he's incredibly, unimaginably, fantastically decadent and conceited. He should rule in gold. That would be funny. Getting drunk with whores at the pub, that's not Lord Irovetti's style, oh no. He aims higher. Dressing up like a male Calistria with a golden codpiece and holding a 3-week orgy with dancing on the rooftops, parades, public executions, and a contest for the best ode to the unrivaled king. That's more like it. Yeah, you see, he fits right into gold. They love public executions, it seems. He also likes singing. And he orders his guards to make the citizens gather for his shows. May Shellen have mercy on his listeners.
Tell me about the academy you studied at.
You know, jokes aside, I'm thankful to Irovetti for building it, but he has no taste at all. Seriously, he's doing orgies and everything and he has no taste? Whatsoever. He likes his art loud, bright, grandiose, and most importantly, glorifying His Royal Highness. He kicked out the best charcoal artist because he didn't wish to spend money on grey scribbles. He sacked the masterful flute player from Tianxia. How about that pronunciation, eh, Paizo? For playing too quietly. And instead ordered them to open a kettle drum class. He even ordered the academy to expel me. And for what? An innocent limerick.
Would you like to go back to the academy and finish your studies?
I'd like to return, but on one condition: if they threw out 3/4 of the professors who teach there now and returned all the ones they banished. If you ask me, I'm proud to have been expelled. If my art was to Irovetti's liking, then I would have a reason to be ashamed. As long as mediocre lickspittles sit at the academy and those with real talent beg on the streets of Pitax, I will not cross the threshold of that place.
So, Lindsay, tell me about that book you're writing.
What's there to tell? You've seen some of my rough drafts already, haven't you? It's a book about you and your adventures. I'm writing the whole truth just as it happened. Well, the whole artistic truth. You know, no glory, no story.
Why are you writing it? What's the point?
When I was at the academy, Eobald the Insightful began his literature course with the question, "What is a person?" And he answered, "A person is a storytelling animal." Our world does not consist of things, all these woods, seas, and cities. It consists of stories about those things, the stories we tell to ourselves and to each other. Just think about it. Centuries will pass and there will be no me and no you, and your subjects will be long gone. But you and I will live on in people's memories and influence their deeds, thanks to this very book. I didn't realize this was such a deep philosophical game.
So, what kind of a character am I?
In books, everything is simple. These are the heroes and those are the villains. In life, of course, it's completely different. You have to make difficult decisions, and I don't always agree with you, but that's what makes you a complex, multifaceted character. Wow. How do you feel about me? Oh, blah.
How do you feel about me reading your work in progress?
Well, these are only drafts, but of course you're welcome to read them. Just keep in mind that even if you don't like what I write about, I won't change a single letter, so don't even ask. Of course it's a book about you, it's my book, understood? The small writer's eyes glow rebelliously. Oh boy. I will go, Write whatever you wish, it's your right, but I shall decide if your book is allowed. I will be remembered for my deeds, not for your book. I have no interest in censorship. Okay.
I have no interest in censorship. Any stories about me are welcome, as long as they're interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to make up any fiction about you. Why would I? I wouldn't be able to invent half of the adventures you get keeping yourself into. I don't want to talk about these two at the moment. Let's see if I really need to, but...
Tell me about your friendship with Tessie the Quill.
What's there to say? The books woke my urge to travel, but it was only thanks to Tessie that I managed to really get out of my village. At first, Tessie tried in vain to get rid of me, but later when I told her I was staying in Patek, she even shed a tear. I wonder where she is now.
What's the deal with this ring you always wear on your finger?
This. It was a gift to me from my first teacher. It's magical, imbued by the powers of Shillin, no less. When I get myself in trouble, it transports me to a safe spot. So, please don't be angry with me if I suddenly disappear from a fight. I'll wait for you here, promise. Just don't leave without me. And of course, I could just write whatever you tell me, but if I wanted to stay cooped up in a dusty room, I'd still be sleeping through lectures at the academy. Alright, so we learned a little bit about Lindsay. Now let's see who else there is. So we have Svetlana, we have Honorial 8 Eyes. The elf looks straight at you, through the tangled hair falling over her face. Hey, you're an adventurer, right? Seeking your fortune in the stolen lands? You aren't the only one of your kind here. Take my advice and keep your eyes open and watch your back. Sometimes the ones who call themselves your friends are more dangerous than your enemies. Judging by the elf's voice, it's obvious that she started the day with a jug of wine. Oh, a jug even, not just a glass. Alright, you drunkard.
Who are ya?
Honorial 8 Eyes. Once upon a time I was famous throughout Absalom. Honorial 8 Eyes of the Reckless Six. Well, glory passes quickly, a few miserable decades later, and no one recognizes you on the street anymore. What a shame.
What are you doing here?
I sit here waiting for adventurers who are in need of help. We may be sitting here in a backwoods tavern, but in Absalom I have a lot of friends who are eager to make a few coins. They have brave hearts and shallow pockets. A little gold would be a welcome change for them. I can send them a message and they will come from Absalom through a portal. If you're interested, just give me a sign and we'll arrange everything right away.
Why are you called 8 Eyes?
Once, long ago, I could spot an enemy and pin him to the wall before he could even think of attacking. Some said I had 8 eyes and looked all around at once. Though, it seems I've outlived my nickname. Been drinking so much lately, it's best I don't test my skills too often.
Where were you when the trade post was attacked?
I was hunting, got a little lost in the mist. Okay. Which is the first time that's happened to me. I guess I should go easier on the drink, yeah. But don't imagine I'd be scared of a good fight. If only I'd known I was missing all the action. But I see you've got everything under control.
Would you like to join me?
No. I've got enough things to do already. You better manage on your own.
A famous Pathfinder? Here, in the middle of nowhere. Why?
You want to know how one could exchange the life of a Pathfinder for this sorry drunken rat hole? Yeah. You lose all your friends because of one scumbag and then you'll understand. I was the only one to return from the final campaign of the Reckless Six, and whatever is left of me can't be called a seeker anymore. Oh. Here is the story. Our leader Vermelt was the best of us, wise, brave, friends with everyone. One of these friends, Adivian Adrescent. That's a cool name. Adivian. Hello, Sir Adivian. He sent him a disturbing letter. He'd stumbled upon mention of some ancient books on the art of necromancy. Secrets like those are best left hidden forever. Trust me, I've seen what that kind of magic can do. To make a long story short, these volumes were supposedly hidden in the catacombs of Gallowspire. We decided that the books should be retrieved and kept safe by the society. We gathered in a tavern, discussed the expedition, and then proceeded to Ustalav. It was a normal mission, quick and quiet recovery. But everything turned out to be much more complicated. We barely made it through the Witchgate Forest. And all those terrible living trees, undead druids, and their arches of bone. It was a miracle we managed to make it out alive. So the Pathfinder Society is a globe-spanning organization based out of Absalom. The membership consists primarily of Pathfinders, adventurers who travel throughout Golarion, usually inexplicably, and explore, delve, and otherwise experience the lesser-seen parts of the world. They send journals documenting their travels back to their venture captains, who also assigns them new missions and suggests new places to explore. The most exciting and illuminating of these journals are compiled in Pathfinder Chronicles, an ongoing series of books that collects the history and mysteries of Golarion for its membership and the general public. So if you're familiar with the tabletop role-playing game Pathfinder, then this is basically the Adventurers Guild that sends you out on missions or expeditions and that you can be a part of in their gaming world. So it's an easy way to get different characters of all stripes together into one group because they're all Pathfinders. And the Pathfinder Chronicles are actually books that are being released with information on a whole bunch of topics. So these are actually tabletop books that you can buy from Paizo. We'd chosen Renchurch to stop at. It was marked on Vermal's map as a safe enough haven to hole up and lick our wounds. How I wish that had been true. Vermald was the first to perish. He was attacked by one of the monsters hiding in the stables. It tossed him about like a feather and threw him down the ancient well. His shout echoed for a long time and I didn't hear the sound of him landing. And then... Enough, I shouldn't have gotten into this. Who am I to stir up others' feelings? All my chatter. We'd better forget about it for now. Maybe I'll tell you more some other time, but not today. I want to know more about the Pathfinder Society. What exactly are you interested in? What's the purpose of this society? It's a school of adventurers. We search for those who are eager to test their skills and we educate them and give them ideas about where on Golarion they might seek their fortune. They look for forgotten knowledge, secrets, and lost artifacts. And they are explorers and pathfinders. We're a sort of mutual assistance club for adventure lovers. We exchange experience, share knowledge, and keep careful records just in case it proves useful to future expeditions. And also we publish books for thrill seekers and bored urban teenagers from wealthy families. What kind of members does this society have? All sorts of adventurers. We have representatives from all races, religions, and beliefs. The Grand Lodge is in Absalom. But there are many smaller lodges throughout Golarion, and the venture captains direct pathfinders to their goals from across all the corners of the world. There are many renowned heroes in the society, and many scoundrels as well, whose service to the society has brought them fame. Who does the society support? You mean who does it serve? No one in particular. Pathfinders try not to get involved in the quarrels of others. They serve only the spirit of adventure, and sometimes they happen to save the world. However, that doesn't mean there are no black sheep among the seekers. So, Anuriel 8 Eyes basically gives you the option to create some sort of mercenary characters that you can take on in your party. So you just have to pay a number of gold pieces. I'm not sure how much it is, 2,000 maybe. And then you can create a character that will go on an adventure with you. And that is just if you don't want, or just in case that the characters that you meet in the story are not optimized enough for your senses, then you can just get a character here. So if I want to get like a fighter, then I could just get one from Anuriel. Alright, so let's just talk to Svetlana and then see what kind of weather it is on the outside. Good day, I hope you're feeling alright after the battle. I can't thank you enough for what you've done. I definitely don't want to waste your time, but if you have a moment, I have a request. What did you want to ask me? This is a very personal request and maybe not important enough for your time. I'll completely understand if you say no, but the first time the Stag Lord's thugs came here demanding money, they also took my wedding ring. Just tore it off my hand. It's just a trinket really, but it means so much to me. I remember every moment of the day Oleg came to me, that ring in hand, to ask if I'd married him. I was standing in a fancy dress on the stairs of my father's home, fearing that I'd misheard something, or that I'd say something stupid and everyone around would laugh. If you happen to find my ring among the bandits' possessions, please bring it back to me. It's easy to recognize. My name is engraved inside the band. There is one more thing. Among the bandits, there is a dark-haired woman who wields dual axes. She's not bad in a fight. In fact, she can be extremely dangerous and cruel. But please, I beg you, show her mercy. If you have the chance. I can't promise anything, but if I do come across your ring, I'll return it to you. Can't promise to not kill that person though. Loot! Tell me about yourself. How did you and your husband find the courage to establish a trading post in the stolen lands? It was Oleg's idea, though I supported him in it. We didn't realize how dangerous it was here, of course, and rest off, everyone respects the sword lords and everyone's accustomed to relying on them. Even the mention of someone like Lady Jamandi could be enough to fend off a street thug or some other trouble. I could maybe even work in some places here, but not with the Stag Lord's men. What can you tell me about this Stag Lord? He's not just some average bandit. If no one puts a stop to him, he'll turn the stolen lands in his personal kingdom. A kingdom of fear and oppression. I like adventures, but I definitely prefer the ones that involve stopping villains and helping people. I have to go. Farewell. Alright, so we received a new quest. Is this a time-sensitive one? And where does it show up? Or is it? Ah, it's an errand. Okay, Svetlana's ring, yes. Alright, let's go outside. So here we are, we have Oleg, we have Bokken, and I don't know where the rest of the party is actually, but let's see if they have something to say as well. It's gonna be a lot of dialogue in this episode. Greetings, you certainly ruffled those felons' feathers. Well, anyway, new day, new troubles. Have you seen the fog? Never seen anything like it before. The road to Rostov looks like someone spilled milk and it's just hung in the air. I couldn't see anything through that soup, not even with a torch. Feels like witchcraft to me. I bet the Stag Lord involved somehow. Rumors say he deals with all kinds of bad magic.
Tell me about yourself. Why open a trading post in such a dangerous place?
I just dislike the noise. I'm from Restov. Cities are complicated. Lots of people and each with their place on the shelf. Bow before this one, fear this other. Don't do business with a third. Be sure to be extra nice to the fourth. And villages are a little better. Everyone likes to stick their nose into each other's businesses. I just want a place where I could be my own master, and so I ended up here.
I need to take care of the Stag Lord. Do you know of anything that could help me find them?
That's quite a task you've set yourself on. The Stag Lord has a fortress somewhere in the area, but only a few chosen from the most trusted of his rabble are ever invited. The location of the fortress is a heavily guarded secret, and with his fog hanging around, I'd imagine it would be even harder to find. I suppose you could try to follow the trail of those bandits who attacked the post before. They came from the southwest, from the side of the Torn River. The fortress might be there, or at least some large camp of theirs, where you can find information.
What else can you tell me about this Stag Lord?
Not much, not like I've sat down and shared a cup of wine with the man, you know. But I think he arrived in the Stolen Lands less than a year ago, from what I've heard. But soon as he got here, he took over everything. I wrote to Restov, tried to warn them that the Stag Lord wasn't some typical gang leader, but they didn't listen. The rumor about him are horrible. He'll kill a person if they so much as disagree with him. He never reveals his face. Those who've seen him up close report the same thing. Ugly scars cover every inch of his skin not covered by his clothes. The Stag Lord's past is a mystery. He just arrived one day. He was immediately a power to be reckoned with. I guess the most surprising thing about him is that he has as many followers who admire him as he has minions who obey him out of fear. He's got some inner strength in him and maybe an inner madness. There are many who seem to follow him because of that madness, like it was some kind of virtue.
Show me your wares.
I think we still have a bunch of stuff from the bandits that attacked the place, so we can get rid of all of that. We don't need more than one composite longbow. Heavy crossbow, light do we really need that? I don't think we need a heavy crossbow. We have rope. A regular longsword, we don't need that. So, 476. We have a deal, my friend. How much gold do we have, actually? 1,676. In that case, maybe I can get a masterwork. Maybe I should get a masterwork scimitar for myself. Because why not? Here we go. That's about it. And now let's see where my party is at. Let's walk around and leave the map here, and then normally they should turn up. Yes, so this is the current group. Actually, I need to talk to Bokken first. because he has some quests. Old Bokken still knows a few tricks to impress these blood-sucking dummies. Enough hiding in the damn bushes, I say.
Can I help in any way?
Well, since you're asking, there's a cave nearby. I used to pick berries in there, but the place has been overrun by spiders. The berries are red, look a lot like raspberries. Fangberries, I call them. I'd be real grateful if you gathered a basket of them and brought them back. Just be quick, if you do they spoil quickly. Fangberry Cave has been revealed. Alright, so that should be on the map now. Those spiders in the cave are mean. Here, let me give you some alchemical fire. Crafted it myself. Burn those spiders to a crisp. That will teach them for taking over my Fangberry Cave. Okay. I also need a bucket of moon radishes. They're a rare and mysterious plant. I don't know where to find them, but I know that kobolds gather them and value them highly.
Why do you need fangberries and moon radishes, Bokken?
You want to know, huh? Well, I'll gladly tell you after you bring some to me.
Alright, I'll try to help.
So, moon radishes... And there should be another quest for fangberries as well, I assume. Yes, Fangberry for Bokken. And this is the party that I want to take along. Let's go. Alright, so Fangberry Cave is on the map right now, so I'm assuming we can just travel there. Unless we get ambushed. A jittery old man in squalid clothing shuffles up to you. His grey hair is unkempt and he continually clenches and unclenches his wrinkled, freckled hands. When he stops and looks at you, his eyes widen and he tugs at his beard. It's, Elminster. What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be in the Forgotten Realms? Huh? Got the wrong publisher, baby. Oh, it's Remus. Okay. Strange weather, invisible fog creeping out of the woods, soars beyond the sky, obscures the sun and moon. Strange. Amiri doesn't like this old man. Looks like the kind who can cast the evil eye.
Who are ya?
That's probably the question I've asked most during this game. Remus, but that won't help with the fog.
What are you doing here?
I do nothing. Breathe, walk, observe. Or you're a
smartass, aren't ya? Invisible fog. Does that mean you can find your way through it?
The fog is wrong. It hinders your legs, not your sight. I wish not to try.
The fog looks visible enough to me.
I see more than ever. I've never seen so much before. But someone must look, and no one else can.
I should probably go.
You hasten. You should. Your rival wastes no time. He races, but in another direction. He searches for power. He'll find it.
My rival? You mean Tartuccio?
He's not tall, but he wants to climb high. Beside him are those who could stand against him, and might yet still.
What power is he searching for?
Someone else's, old but forever young. That which was taken from another. That which gave joy, and now gives death. Could you be a little bit more vague?
Can you tell me where he is now?
He's in an old tomb south of the trading post.
Ah, yes. He actually said something that made sense.
When I see clearly, I speak clearly.
And why is it that you see so clearly?
I slept there last night. I noticed him as I left.
How do you know we're rivals?
I don't know, I see. You can choose where you set your eyes, usually. But can you choose what they see?
All the more reason not to linger. Farewell.
Once stolen, the land should be reclaimed. Once reclaimed, bound with the claimer it shall be. Bound, merged, joined by unbreakable ties. Claiming the land, claiming its pain, claiming its debt. Yeah, this is a joyous day in the Stolen Kingdoms, in the Stolen Lands. Let's continue our travel. Alright, we've defeated this brutish ogre and are now continuing. Is it here we're supposed to go? Yes, it is. Alright, let's go to Fangberry Cave. Oh, that's quite a big rabbit. Damn. Alright, so we have a number of these alchemist fire potions, I assume. Which one are they? These ones. Okay. So we need to put them on a character, and presumably that's gonna be the character with the highest dexterity that's gonna throw them. Alright, so Lindsay, that is going to be you. Scroll of Cure, Moderate Wounds, Light Wounds. So Lindsay can have 3 of them, and I will take 1 of them, or maybe 2 of them. Alrighty, let's walk around and see what we can find. So does that mean we can kill them? I guess. They're making great sounds. A monitor lizard, alrighty. Lindsay, why don't you...
Lindsay was called forth. Serves you right.
Shoot that.
Enemy approaching.
Alrighty. Let's go, let's go. Ooh, there's another one. Smilodon, why don't you attack this one? And I will join you. Oh great, we're good thing that Amiri is here, because we are all missing. What is going on? Okay. What's wrong with the pointer? Okay. Skin, collect, and let's walk around some more. A silver embroidered purse. Okay. Merchant would pay well. Cool. You see, so for these kind of items, it's always nice to just explore the map. This is the cave we need to go into. I'm just gonna walk around. And we're gonna meet spider swarms inside. So that is why we have the alchemical fire. Alright, so that part of the map is clear. And we will just do a quick save before we go in. And then hopefully we will be able to throw those potions onto the swarms so that we can kill them, because regular weapons are not going to help us here. So here is one big spider, that's fine.
Well,
I am prepared.
I'm gonna put him in the back row. Smilodon, you can go there.
What troubles you?
Lindsay needs to be in the back row as well. And then, let's see. How far do we need to go forward to...
what you want?
Hey, be kind.
We will be victorious.
Oh, there is a whole bunch of more. Alright. So, let's see. Let's throw it over there. Was that a hit? I assume it was. Lindsay, let's throw another one, please. That was not a hit. One of the spiders is gone already, so that's positive. Now it's... that should have been a hit. It's still not dead? No, it's still not dead. So... come on, Lindsay. And Gren, you cannot miss because you're standing right on top of it, actually. Bang. Okay. Where did that spider come from all of a sudden? Okay, you need to drink a potion. And we need to equip the other ones as well. That's not to Amiri. Alright, Gren. And one more to Lindsay. And I really hope we have enough. I'm gonna drink a potion as well, and then the Smilodon can attack here. Alright, so... is this now dead? No, it's not. Oh, okay. Alright. Lindsay, why don't you throw it over there? And Gren, you can throw it over here. Does that make sense? That was not a hit, was it, Gren? What are you doing? That was also not a hit. Okay, now we're screwed because we ran out of potions. And there is still a good amount of health left. Yeah, so we're gonna have to reload and do that again. Alrighty, so after several failed attempts to kill the spider swarms, because we keep missing them, I'm going to explore a little bit of the map, and then I'm going to return to Bokken and buy some more potions, basically. Okay, we found some more stuff. Collect it all. Alright, so we're just gonna walk around a little bit. Maybe make like a big tour or something to return to the trading post, and then see, maybe we have some more encounters on the road. If we go up here, maybe. That's an old outpost. Time and weather have left their marks on the walls of this old outpost, but it still seems to be in pretty good condition. Okay, and that is a kingdom resource high ground. Alright. Can we go down here? Yes, we can. Nettle's Crossing. Do you want to enter this location? Sure.
All according to plan.
Okay, there seems to be a ruin of some kind here, with a giant rat sitting there. Let's investigate it. Hola, we found something. Potion of resist cold, a ring, flower, bloodstone, scroll of shocking grasp. Oh, that's also a good spell to have for those spider swarms. That is very nice. And gold coins. Okay. Collect all. There's something more to find here. Normally, if you're lucky, there should be a second stash that you can find, if I'm not mistaken. Whoa. Relax, relax. There's no second stash, game. Yikes. Holy crap. What if you get hit? Whoa. Is that an undead? From the way it's walking around? The corpse's face is bloated from being so long in the water. The stench from its toothless mouth is so foul that your eyes begin to water. The hand clenching a sinister-looking spear is covered with scabs. What are the chances of getting hit by lightning here? Yikes. Let's get through this quickly. A hoarse whisper rises inside your head. Oh, it's talking in my head. Great. Who are ya? There we go again, my favorite question. Davik Nettle. Storm of bright images flashes before your eyes. A long time ago this person, then a living man, came here from the void, constructed a rope bridge, built a house and lived in it, collecting payment from those who crossed the river. How did you die? You see a vision of a lovely spring day, sunbeams shine warm against your cheeks. 3 men approach the house by the bridge, one of them wearing an antlered helm. The Stag Lords, angry faces, a quarrel, the glint of an unsheathed sword. Suddenly the Stag Lord's greedy eyes are twisted by surprise. The master of the house has unleashed his hounds. The burning smell stirs you awake to the sound of loud barking. Flames are crawling up the walls, the sound of breaking glass, the bitter cold night air. You are outside the house, and something is wrong. An arrow strikes deep in your shoulder. You hear the guffaw? I don't know. Of 10 throats? You run already in the middle of the bridge. Oh, that was close. Don't hit me, please. The man in the antlered helm cuts one of the ropes. An ear-splitting scream fills the air. What do you want from me? You see a vision of a man wearing an antlered helm. You hear a muffled groan. Death to the Stag Lords.
Very well. I shall meet your vengeance upon the Stag Lord.
The drowned man, who'd been sitting motionless, nods his head. Come later, take the spear. Okay. Yikes. So we cannot go here, right? We cannot. Let's get out!
In due time.
Yikes! Come on, hurry! Can you people not run? Oh, here's the bridge. Yeah, let's look around while lightning is trying to strike us down. It appears these posts once held a rope bridge. Okay, convenient. Why is it shitty weather? We can go back down, or we can go up here. Ooh, there is even more room. Waterlogged Lowland. Shall we take a look there? Oh, okay, so there are some locations which are given as storybooks. We walked across the heat for a long time, yet no sight sprang up before our eyes. By turns, we discovered a verdant lowland, with several nearabout springs streaming down behind other hillsides. And then in the distance, in the center of the lowland among the bush, there stood a single dry tree, a true giant. Its magnificent outline resembled an animal's paw, clawing at the sky. But what was truly remarkable, the flat landscape was dotted by mysterious dark humps. They were piled about the height of a man and scattered about in abundance. We determined that we should explore the lowland. Why not? The further we trekked, the softer the land became. Step by step, heat grass gave way to moss, low-growing shrubs and ferns, and then slushy puddles of stinky swamp water. The muddy ground sucked at our feet, and soon our party was jumping from hassock to hassock. Finally, we reached the first group of mysterious humps, and learned they were no mere hills, but dug-out dwellings. We moved with great care towards the center of the lowland, and there the real swamp began. On the way towards the mysterious giant tree, we saw the foggy outline of another hut. This one much bigger and surrounded by small clay statues. So, standing one behind another, we tied together with a rope and we continued our journey. Yeah. That makes sense, I guess, since there is a lore nature option, which I'm quite good at. Alright, we succeeded. Whoop whoop. We walked slowly, carefully choosing our way, keeping the drier grounds as much as possible. But the further we went, the more difficult it became, and soon we were wading waist deep through the cattails. Frogs croaked loudly as we peered anxiously into the cloudy water, struggling to make out what shadows flitted along the bottom. We often stumbled and lost our balance, but our trusty rope and the aid of our friends saved us from being lost to the bog. Phew. The insatiable bog gurgled hungrily after us, but we didn't look back. Sodden and weary, we finally made it back to solid ground, and the palace of sorts rose before our eyes. A spacious hut, made of mud like the rest, but decorated with pebbles, bones, cattail spikes, and snail shells. In front of the palace was a wide and shallow reservoir. Its green water reflected the leaves of huge ferns and primitive clay figurines. The buzzing of gnats was nearly deafening, We were not far to the center of the swamp, and a firm and steady path led there through the thick bushes. At its end, the tall, dry tree stretched mightily upwards, clawing at the firmament. Let's carefully examine the clay figurines. Oh, we succeeded there as well. Wow. Getting lucky. Goggle eyes, flat heads with no necks, ears or chins, ugly long legs, unnaturally bent. These sculptures could only be the work of boggards. Primitive, cruel boggart tribes had inhabited the swamps of Garund and Avestan since the olden days. Pitiless to others and to each other, they were led by darker instincts of their insane priest kings. They are known to grow young fry in the pools inside the houses. The buzzing of gnats was nearly deafening. Oh yeah, we already heard that. Okay, so what is Garund? Garund is the continent found south of Avestan across the inner sea and west of the Casmeron, from which it is separated by the Obari Ocean. During the late Age of Anguish and Age of Destiny, Central Garund was the heart of civilization in the hemisphere, and this legacy of arcane discovery remains even today in the nation of Assyrian, Nex, Nantambu, and Holomog. Beyond these bastions of civilization, Garund is overrun by dangerous wilds, from expansive deserts to impenetrable jungles. Alright, so we peeked inside the hut. Yeah, let's take a look. The palace was twice the height of other huts, and its entrance was wide enough that three could walk abreast. The walls were decorated, an unknown builder had scratched drawings in the clay while it was still wet. The faded scroll depicted huge amphibians devouring smaller figures, some frog-headed, others not. 3 of the 4 rooms boasted large holes filled with water, just like the other dwellings, though here there were steps descending into them, cut into the dirt. In the furthest room we found equipment decorating the walls, leather armors, spears, clubs. To our surprise, a number of items were well preserved. The hut was clearly deserted, so we felt no shame in taking some of it with us. To be very honest, I don't think we would feel shame if it was not deserted. I don't know. We're neutral, you know. So we received a short sword, a leather armor, gold coins times 137. Alright. We moved forward, seeing we'd drawn so near our goal. So we're moving towards this tree, it seems. It was ever so lovely to walk once again along the well-trodden path, our soaked clothes imagined being dry, and our moods at once lifted. The bushes that bordered the path seemed to wave at us amiably. With their juicy green leaves and shiny bright red berries. Hey, there's berries. A fresh wind puffed away the rotten smell, and it finally felt like the swamp might be nearly behind us. Then the wind stopped blowing, dun dun dun, and the thorny branches continued to move, dun dun dun, and we heard a loud shout. Smilodon, who was watching our rear, pointed to a surging, crawling wall of green, filling in the path behind us. The surrounding thicket was coming to life. Its branches reached out with a soft swishing sound. Drops of sap oozed from their thorns, gleaming in the emerald dusk. The path was disappearing. There was no way back, and the clear space ahead was closing. Uh-oh. It's great though that my Smilodon is pointing this out. What? Can you see that happening? What's he doing? Like, roar! And then like lifting one of his paws to point towards the veins or the vines. Alright, so we have the choice to do a mobility or a strength check. Now I have a strength of 18. My mobility, I don't think anyone has a mobility with a modifier of +4, or do we? Yeah, we might actually. I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna go for strength, and hopefully, if it was athletics, that would have been a lot better. But yeah, let's try the strength one. No, we failed. Alas, we merely wasted precious moments. No matter how many grasping green shoots we cut, more only grew in their place. The only thing left was to run for our lives. Green walls closed in around us, branches grabbed at our sleeves, wicked thorns scratched our hands, and our faces burned with acidic sap. Roots tangled our feet, and our blood fell on the leaves. But with great effort we broke away at last from the grasping green. Oh, we still make it. Ah, okay. So we just get injured or poisoned or something, I guess. Finally, after what seemed an endless trek, we came upon the gigantic dry tree that had so intrigued us from the beginning. Lo and behold, we saw an idol cut in its trunk. A huge horned, three-eyed toad. Its googly eyes made it look both cruel and dumb, almost idiotic. Its muzzle hung, half open, sharp-toothed, with several hanging tongues. Deep round streaks oozed from the corners of its mouth. So in Game of Thrones we have the three-eyed raven, here we have the three-eyed toad. So probably there is some guy hidden in the branches who is going to make one of our characters the next like keeper of the tree or whatever. Alright, so let's see what we can learn from this idol. There could be no doubt this was Gogunta, master of the great swamp and the demon abyss. But what is this? While we were examining the idol, a large bright blue dragonfly came out of a hollow in the tree and sat invitingly on the very tip of one of our noses. It was so remarkably strange, it didn't react to our movements and seemed quite content to remain where it sat. So, Gogunta is a demon lord of fetid swamps and serves as the sole goddess of the swamp, of the swamp-dwelling boggards. Gogunta appears as a frog with many heads, and even more eyes and tongues. Boggards portray her as a huge queen of her kind. Okay. Okay, so I can choose to eat the dragonfly. Yeah, so we can destroy it, or we can... Yeah, I am neutral actually, so we thought better of interfering with the sinister idol and continued our journey. Why awaken mysterious ancient forces? We turned around and went back, this time avoiding the flesh-eating bush. Yeah, I have to kind of stay in character, I guess. A little bit, you know. Let's see. Maybe we can go up and then not go to the ancient tomb. What's the enemies? Hello, enemies. A skeletal champion. Yikes. That sounds...
Done with waiting.
That sounds like something that could hit us quite hard. I don't know. Smilodon, why don't you move up there?
And Lindsay was called forth.
Lindsay, sing a song. Da 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 da. Hopefully it's... Yeah, hopefully it's only one. Oh, okay. That was not a big deal, luckily. Can we loot the thing? Maybe, if you don't stand around. Yes. That is a breastplate and a masterwork longsword. Alright, let's grab it all. And let's move around,
That is
see
not
if
far.
there is another enemy. Doesn't look like it. Alright. So it's very possible that we run into an encounter that we cannot deal with, actually. I'm thinking of going back up. What is this? Blackberry Meadow. Thorny bushes full of juicy berries still grow on the side of an old orchard. Okay. If I go here, yeah, alright. Let's make a small tour
Resting
still.
would be nice, don't you think?
Yes, we will rest in a second. And okay, so we can just click on it and then go back.
Gather our strength.
Okay, so in here we go back again to having no party. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so I'm gonna sell the stuff that we found, we're gonna rest, and then I will see you back at the cave. We're gonna try and beat that encounter again, so I'm gonna buy some more healing alchemist fire from Bokken. I'm gonna sell this stuff, and then we're going back to the cave. First rest, back to the cave. So, see you in a sec. Alright, we are back in front of the cave. We have 10 more alchemist fire potions. So hopefully that will be enough this time. Let's see.
Listening.
I am prepared.
To victory!
Alright, so they can deal with that while Lindsay and myself will deal with all these buddies. And Lindsay, why don't you throw it there? Okay, that missed. Lindsay, I need you to move up. I need Gren to throw some more potions on there. And then Lindsay, I'm gonna try and use this scroll. And hopefully that hits. So did she already use it? Oh, she did. I didn't see a lot of effect. Come on, hit them already. That was a hit. Okay, that was good. You go hit over there. Amiri, you attack over there. Valerie, drink a potion. Oh boy. Alright. So, how many we have left? Throw another one there. Gren, you throw one more over there. Oh, that one is dead already. Alright, so Valerie and Amiri, you can move over there, please. Did we kill the swarm? We did kill one of them. This one is still not dead, so we have 8 potions left, it seems. Alrighty. 3 for me and 5 for Lindsay. Go, Lindsay, go, and please kill them. Alright, so where are you? Maybe we should move out of the middle of all the fire there. And alright, start throwing. Damn it, now they're attacking Lindsay. Move away. Yes. Oh man. Come on. I shouldn't have moved the fighters out of there. That was not very smart. Need to give Lindsay a healing potion if we still have some left. Is that cure light wounds? Yes. And we need to draw the attention of the swarm away from her. Drink that.
What a miserable
Won't kill me!
Fuck. Okay, that was not very child friendly. Well, you know, that can happen, these things. Let's take all of those back and give them to Gren, who was also not in the best shape of his life, but he's pretty much the only chance we have now, and we have 4 more of these. 5, we have still... oh no, remove blindness, I don't need to throw. Okay, where is Gren? Let's go, Gren. Try not to miss from that distance, please. I said try not to miss.
I'll survive. I always survive.
Nope, that's also a miss. How much do they still need? Not a lot, so we could, with some luck...
I'll survive. I always survive.
Is that it? Yes, it is. Whoa, that was a tough one. Damn. So yeah, I would advise you, if you're going into this cave, to really get like... I only have 1 potion left, so I received 4 from Bokken, I think, or maybe 6. Yeah, I think 4, and then I bought 10 more, and then we barely made it. Yeah, so
I wrote it like I saw it.
maybe you should drink a potion. Strength damage. Permanent strength damage. By resting, less restoration. Okay. Let's see what we came for here, actually. And hope that there is not more creatures in here. Silver ring, potion of mage armor. Yeah, that's not really gonna help. Fangberries.
This is not possible.
Why is it not possible?
I can't.
What?
I can't.
Come
No
on.
mistakes. A trivial matter.
Oh great, now it's bad weather too. Alright, so we gathered the berries. It only took like 15 lore nature checks and the subsequent damage. So, let's go here. So we're gonna return back to the trading post immediately. So, as I said in an earlier episode, I actually thought that the fight in the castle or in the mansion would be the toughest one, but this one in the cave was also rather tough. Or I'm just not very good at this game. That could be the case too.
About those tasks of yours. Are these the berries you're looking for?
Ah, Fangberries, so fresh. You've been good to an old man, thank you. Here, take these potions. If you need more, feel free to return. I'll even give you a discount. So we got a potion of lesser restoration and 2 cure light wounds potions. And 150 experience.
What do you use these fangberries for?
Truth be told, as I've gotten older, I've gotten kind of particular. And my appetite is almost gone. Everything I eat is practically tasteless to me now. I can barely force myself to swallow a bite. Only thing I can still taste is fangberries, so I add them to my porridge or to roasted meat. I even add them to my potions. When I ran out of fangberries, I stopped eating entirely. Svetlana tried to help me, the dear. She baked pies for me, cooked me fish soup, stewed venison, but I just couldn't eat any of it. I was desperate. Those damn spiders had sucked the last bit of joy out of my life. If not for you, I'd pretty much have starved to death, miserable to the end. Oh great, so we did all that trouble just for your food? I should go. Alright, that is... Maybe we should do one more thing before I end the episode here. We are... I thought Amiri was here. I'm gonna just have a conversation with Amiri, and after this is done, I'm gonna end the episode.
Alright, spill it.
I'm listening.
Tell me about yourself.
First, I'm a barbarian. I'm strong. I grew up in the realm of the Mammoth Lords. I left my tribe, the 6 Bears, and I like fights. So the realm of the Mammoth Lords is a realm of megafauna inhabited by humans almost as savage as the prehistoric beasts surrounding them. The realm of the Mammoth Lord is a land in Evistan, far north, that is home to myriad nomadic tribes of Khaled barbarians.
I guess you had to do a lot of training to become as strong as you are.
Training? Huh. Not one freaking trained me. The boys of the 6 Bears got the training. All I could do was watch. And you know what? They were still crap after all that training because I kicked their butts hard. Animals, bandits, monsters all thought they were stronger than me. Idiots. Because if you start a fight, you think you can win. You think you're stronger than your enemy. I defeated them all. See all the scars on my face? What does the realm of Mammoth Lords look like? Huge and freezing, no place for weaklings. Tribes hunt aurochs, herds to survive. Aurochs are fast, so tribe follows herd for days, just to not die of hunger. If you are weak, you stay behind and die in the snow. Tribe cannot stop. Also there are giants and mammoths, sometimes demons come too. Ah, and the mastodons. And the saber-toothed tigers. You would survive, I think, for a few days. What's it like to be a barbarian in a Six Bears tribe? Our people are big and strong. We can cut a monster in half with one swing. We can walk 3 days and nights with no rest. We can eat the whole fried aurochs. Why did you leave your tribe? Because they were assholes, all of them. Men were cowards and scoundrels, and women were scared like sheep. Men there think no girl can be a fighter, because they are weak. They are afraid a woman can beat them. And females just not. Go sew hides, cook meat, watch kids. That's what they always say. But I'm a warrior, damn it. I won't cook hides and watch meat. I told them so. I went hunting with men, and what did I get? Still the same. You are a woman, you stay home. Even gave me a nickname, the Soft Chieftain, like a warrior woman was a funny joke. Damn, I even went to hunt those shit-faced frost giants, and they're... So I left. Cowards, scoundrels, and sissies they were, that's why. You're a good fighter. Quite good, huh? Compared to who? If I was a crappy male, I'd fight better. Is that what you say? Or you say I could be better? Like, go get some training, Amiri, right? Oh boy. If I have to go neutral. I meant exactly what I said. You're quite a good fighter. Don't raise your voice to me ever again. Forget it. That's a formidable sword. It's not just a simple weapon, is it? You bet it's not simple. Check out how big it is. This sword belonged to a real blasted frost giant. I killed the beast and took this looker for myself. Fits me perfect. My damn trophy. So why did you leave your tribe? And what's the story about the frost giants? I told you already, they were assholes. They treat women like sheep, not fighters. As for giants, I'll tell you later, someday maybe. Thanks for talking with me. Let's speak again later. Alright, and that is going to be the end of this episode. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you would like to follow along on these adventures, then critically hit that subscribe button as well. Thanks a lot, and see you in the next episode.